Hello, good morning to you this morning. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye of Dexteritas Professional Corporation. It's another amazing Friday. I count it a pleasure to be able to come to you every Friday morning from our offices speaking about all things personal finance and enterprise. And today is not an exception, and I'm grateful for that. Um, Today we're going to be talking about some changes, structural changes I made in my approach to this wealth building conversation. But before we get into that, I want to let us know that the tax clinic of the Financial Empowerment Initiative commenced this week. We had a beautiful start at Calvary Full Gospel Church on Tuesday. It was a full house. Thank you to all of our volunteers, Angel, Tolu, Oge, and thank you, Ms. Val, for all the support, helping us get started. That was really beautiful. We appreciate that very much. And yesterday at the Africa Center in Edmonton, the tax clinic opened up there, and today we'll be serving clients in person at the Africa Center in Edmonton as well as virtually online. It's been a flying start, and we want to thank every member of the community who has come in and trusted us with their tax returns. At the same time, we want to thank all of our partners, our hosts, Africa Center and the Calvary Full Gospel Church, support from the Edmonton Community Foundation, the AIMCO Foundation for Financial Literacy, Foundation for Black Communities, everybody else that has ensured that the tax clinic is live at this point. We really want to appreciate you. And the Mali community of Calgary, I hope you are ready, because tomorrow we are going to be out with you all day from 10 a.m. at your offices in the northeast of Calgary. More to come on that. In addition to that, Startup Court by Founders Lounge by Startup Court is going to be back on the 19th of March, and we're going to have a powerful panel of ladies talking about what it means to be female in enterprise, in leadership, and wielding power. There's just a lot that's going to go on that day. More of that is going to come as things become a bit clearer. I have a few moving parts, but watch out for announcements on LinkedIn as well as on our social media handles at Startup Court. To the meat of today's matter. This week, I put together an article called The Wealth Pyramid Revisited. Now, that financial foundations pyramid was something I put together with a very, very tactical perspective sometime in the course of last year. Very checklist, very action focused. That was the plan, and I set it up. But the more I dug into the matter, the more I thought about it, the more I felt that, okay, there was, it's one thing to be able to take action. It's another thing to set yourself up to understand why you are taking action. And because the why gets lost when you have a checklist of things to do, I had to revisit that. So you can head to Dr. and check out my latest article, and it's titled The Financial Foundations Pyramid, Revisiting the Financial Foundations Pyramid Again. And the reason why is because I want us to have a very clear why as to why we need clarity, why we need to take that action. When the why is not clear, the action becomes difficult. The action becomes boring. I dare say the action becomes, how would I put it? Drudgery. And the wealth building journey is too exciting for it to become drudgery, and I don't want it to be that. So the essence of this session is just to share the why that I discovered as I inquired and I thought and I executed and I planned. Why all these things? What's the why of the financial foundations pyramid? And that's what I'm going to share today. So first things first, let's see if I can get an image of the pyramid up for us to see real quick. So what you're going to see in a few seconds is what the original pyramid looked like. Yeah, this is what I had set it out to be originally. You know, you have an earning base, that's your compensation, that's what you earn. Then you have your protection and stability, which focuses on debt repayment and all of that. Then you also have your savings. Now you can take your savings and use them to build some investments, build an emergency fund, and then at the top of that is transferable wealth, which is identified by legacy. You have set yourself up to be in a position where if anything happens to you, your wealth transfers to the next generation without any headaches. That's what the checklist look like. Now, thinking about it a bit more, I came up with this new version. Yeah, these guys are looking at it and they are looking very intently. But the fact is, I realized that for you to be able to follow through on all of those steps along the way, the why needs to be clear. So why do you need to start from income? Because income guarantees stability. When you have stable income, then stable, recurring, consistent income, you are able to plan, you are able to be intentional, you are able to look forward into the future and say, okay, if all I make is $10 a day, what does $10 a day look like? What kind of lifestyle can I build on $10 a day? And then you build that base, that foundation, that stability. A friend of mine said to me recently that your employer is your first investor. And that's because anything you are going to do financially will start from the income that you are able to generate with the work of your hands. Having built that base plate, that foundation, you and I know that no building goes up without a foundation if it has any plans to stay up for any sustained period of time. Having built that foundation of earning, then we can talk about increasing that capacity. And what does increasing earning capacity look like? First things first, you earn by giving your time to somebody who has a system set up in which you can be compensated for executing work. The next level of earning is for you to say, okay, I want to create a system that compensates people for doing work. That is what is known as enterprise. So the first step is a career, a job, something that you do for which you trade time for money. The next one is enterprise. Creation of a system in that sense where you use your mind to pull resources, whether they are people, material, time, effort, to create a system which now in turn pays other people as well as, fingers crossed, you yourself, the one that owns that system. And the next step after that is creating leverage. Leverage means that you are using what you have to create a disproportionately larger result based on the effort that you have made. The last step up there is what is known as legacy. And of course, legacy remains the same. It's the idea that you are able to say, okay, I have done all this work, accumulated these assets, created this value, and I can pass this on to the next generation, whether it's my family or whoever I consider to be worthy of it, in my opinion, on my own terms, in a way that brings me satisfaction. So you can see the formation of my financial foundations pyramid. Yes, the thoughts are largely the same. You also want to be able to say you are growing consistently in your financial capacity and in your journey. You are not at work simply because you have a job. You are at work because you have a purpose, you have a desire, you have something that you want to achieve. If there is no clarity on that, then sit down at the weekend with a book. Decide for yourself something that you want to make of yourself, and then start to work the journey of building your financial capacity to achieve those goals and dreams for yourself. Now, every day as you step out, you find opportunities to meet people, opportunities to learn new things, opportunities to practice skills that you have, as well as opportunities to build new skills. Taking each and every one of those opportunities will take you to a new place that changes your life and allows you to be able to extend and stretch and reach further and achieve new things. So, I hope I've left you with something today. I hope I've challenged you in some way. I hope I've been able to get you to think about your money differently and to build a different foundation. And if I have succeeded in doing that, then that is my joy. Walking through the pyramid once again, don't forget it starts with earning. Stability built through earnings. So you earn your way and then you use those earnings to build a sound financial base. So what is that sound financial base? Consistency of earnings, protection, savings, an emergency fund. All of those are stability. From that, you go to earning capacity to say, okay, how can I increase what I use my hour to bring in? If my hour was worth $10 last year, is it still worth $10 this year, or am I looking to make it $50 or $100 or $1,000? That's earning capacity. The next step after that is asset accumulation, whether that's buying a business, building a business, investing in a property, whatever it is, you're accumulating assets that generate cash flows for you. And then, of course, leverage the opportunity to take what you've made and put it into other people's ideas to create a disproportionately larger outcome for yourself based on their knowledge, skills, networks, which you don't have access to. And of course, where are we all headed to? Legacy. Legacy is that place where you can pass on the wealth to the next generation and guarantee them a better start than you had. That's my spiel this morning. It's Friday and the weekend is ahead. I want to wish you an amazing weekend on this beautiful sunny winter Friday morning in Calgary. And I'll say have an amazing day. Enjoy the weekend and bye for now.